Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Welcome into the show and inside of Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. We're about to get started with our third game of the day on this floor. Excited to have you. A really good one in store. Gabriel Shry, Walt Ferber. Walt, tell me about this matchup.
It's hard to believe it. They just keep getting better and better. We have another titanic matchup here as Columbia International University will take on Mobile, Alabama. Columbia International University with a record of 7-1. They're 4-1 in conference, 4-1 at home, 2-0 away, and 1-0 on a neutral floor. Mobile is 6-1 on the year. They are 3-0 at home, 2-1 away, 1-0 on a neutral floor, and 2-0 in conference. As you see out there on the floor, we are looking at our starting lineups now for the third game of the day here in Conference Room A. As Ken French, the head of the tournament here, giving a champion a character award to one player from each of the university, as they do that before every game. And it's a very big thing, and they did not get a check to see who both of those are. Columbia International with their starting lineup coming up. James Davis will be starting at guard. He's a 6'3", 158-pound junior out of Youngstown, Ohio. Also starting will be number 4, Will Kelly, 6'3" junior, 171 pounds out of Belmont, North Carolina. Also starting will be number 13, Christian Howard. He is a 6'6" senior forward, 215 pounds out of Medina, Ohio. And number 23, Brandon Hunt. He is a 6'9" senior, weighing 210 pounds out of Williamson, Michigan. And he was the Champions of Character Award winner for Columbia International University. Starting lineup for the University of Mobile, number 4, Travian Smith, 6'5", 190-pound senior out of Richton, Mississippi. Also starting will be number 11, Bridges Simmons, a 6'3" redshirt freshman, 190 pounds out of Daphne, Alabama. Also starting will be number 12, Trent Move, a 6'7" senior, 190 pounds out of Chumuckle, Florida. And number 13, Ezra McKenna, a 6'10" senior, 245 pounds out of Fort Walton, Florida. Those the lineups for Columbia International: James Dent, Will Kelly, Christian Howard, Brandon Hunt, Johnny Wysong for Mobile, Traylon Smith, Bridges Simmons, Trent Moya, Ezra McKenna, and Darius Oliver. As Mobile in the blue uniforms. And Columbia International, going to double check the Mobile in the white uniforms. And Columbia International in the blue. Columbia International has the tap, and we are underway. James Davis works on the left wing. A drive in the lane and a whistle and a foul will be called. That's going to be on Bridges Simmons. That'll be his first personal foul, team's first personal. As CIU keeps the possession going. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock now. That's a very comfortable swish from downtown. And it is a 2-0 ball game. Johnny Weiss on with the shot. Howard on the assist. And it is 2-0 as we're just underway. Mobile with the first possession. Driving in the lane, a stop and a pop. And that is no good. CIU moves it. That is a wide open layup. And that's going to be turned around. And the biscuits in the basket will be on Johnny Whitesong, the 6'6" sophomore. And it is 4-0 Columbia International. Glad you're along with us on SESN. And that shot by Mobile is going to be no good by Ezra McKenna. It goes out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock. Mobile still trying to get on the board. This is game 3 of the day. Game 3 of 7 games here in Conference Room A. Baseline 17-foot shot is up. That's no good by Moya. Rebounded and up off the glass and in by Darius Oliver, who puts Mobile on the board. And it's 4-2 CIU. CIU with the basketball back. Takes the ball in a low block and bullying his way underneath. It is Howard that will make the score and make it a 6-2 ball game. Mobile trying to drive. That's a nice drive to the bucket by Trenton Moya. He's going to be fouled. Trent Moya, a 6'7" senior out of Chumuckla, Florida at Central High School. Will go to the free throw line. Add another point to the total, and that makes it a 6-3 contest. Moya 29 of 35, 82.9% free throw shooting, and knocks both those in. And Mobile gets us back to a 6-4 game. Columbia International, blue clad, works the ball across the timeline. Driving a scoop shot is rejected by Darius Oliver. And it's knocked out of bounds, and 16 seconds on the shot clock will be put into play by Johnny Weiss. Good look in the low block, and a little baby hook is up and no good by Howard. And Mobile get a deuce, could tie it in a tray, they could take the lead. Lobs the ball in the low block, driving. The shot is no good by McKenna. Going out of bounds, and McKenna goes right into the stands on the baseline. We'll go back to Columbia International. Columbia International out of South Carolina. Mobile, of course, out of Alabama. Best teams around the country here today. A stop and a pop and a nothing but nylon for James Davis, who is on the board. And that makes it 8-4 Columbia International. Across the timeline, Simmons. Simmons gives the basketball to Oliver. Well, that's deflected, but Mobile keeps control of it. And that is Simmons. A drive and a basket and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Ezra McKenna with the bucket. 2 points and a chance to get 3. Puts Mobile out by 6, 10-4. That rim's off, no good. Columbia International down with a rebound, and they'll set it up. It's on the high post to Kelly. Drives. That is the way to do a floater in the lane. As Will Kelly will score that one. He has his first points of the afternoon, and it's 10-6. Mobile's advantage is at 4. Long shot and rims off, no good. Pardon me, CIU's advantage is 10-6. Good early start here. Glad you're along with us on SCSN. Waiting for all the traffic to pass. Johnny Wysong will miss fire there. Works underneath. Flips it back outside. That three-pointer no good by Oliver. A rebound, and it is up and good. As Ezra McKenna will come up with the bucket to make it 10-8, and we're back as close as it's been in a long, long time at 10-8. CIU does not get the answer from Kelly. It's tapped up, no good, but Mobile is going to be taking some free throws. Foul is going to be called on Darius Oliver. That is Oliver's first personal foul. Second personal foul for Mobile. At the free throw line is Johnny Wysong, who rings that one home. Leading scorer for Columbia International now, as he's got 5 points on the afternoon. Timeout is going to be called by Mobile. 14:29 to go in the first half. It is 13-6 as Columbia International has the early advantage. We'll take a timeout. You're watching the show on SCSN. Another good one going on here at the Meadowview Marriott Convention Resort and Conference Resort and Convention Center. Remember, visit Kingsport at www.kingsport.com. Thank the Kingsport Tourism folks. It's been a very outstanding weekend here. Look forward to every year. My second year. I'm glad to be part of an outstanding network in SESN and bringing these contests to you. Columbia International up on this one 11-8. as CIU is 5 of 9, 55.6% from the field. Mobile 3 of 9, 33.3. As that is up and good. Substitution will be made, and heading out of the contest will be Wysong. Pressure by Mobile. They withstand it, at least for the moment. Nice drive to the 10, and that rolls around and falls through. And that's B.J. Comer getting his first bucket of the day. He's got 2 points, and it's 12-10. CIU's lead is down to 2. Jeter, right way, moves it on the near side to James Davis, free throw line. Pushing it in the low block. That's a nice use of the shot fake. And that is up and good. Jalen Jeter with the bucket. And it is 14-10. CIU back up by 4, and they get their pockets picked. Howard got the pick and driving the distance and putting the ball up and in. For CIU is Jeffrey Clark. 16-10. Whenever you think Mobile's going to come back, CIU makes a run out. Drive to the basket and heading to the free throw line for Mobile will be Trent Moya. As Moya is going to try to inch him a little bit closer. And Moya, 82.9% at the line as he gets that one to fall. Moya, a 6'7" senior, 190 pounds, Central High School in Chumuckle, Florida. Nails them both, is a really good free throw shooter. It's 16-12. CIU's advantage is at 4. And the ball across the timeline. Columbia International out of South Carolina. There's the ball back outside. Howard deflected away nicely by Ezra McKenna. And that will be Mobile's ball. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Another good one here. Third game of the day. Steps back. Mobile with the steal. And off to the races and getting fouled. Will be, I think, some free throw shot here. Liam Patterson heading to the free throw line. No, it is just a common foul. They said he wasn't in the act of shooting. Stays in contact. That three-pointer no good by Comer. Mobile the rebound. Three-pointer once again off. No good. Christian Howard pulls down the board for Columbia International University. 12 minutes in the first half. CIU has not necessarily had a big advantage, but has had it the entire first half. Shaken and Bacon. Goes on the baseline. That's moved back out by Howard, and the baseline shot is good for CIU. And it's Clark once again, and it makes it 18-12. CIU with a 6-point lead. A little bit too much of a reach by James Davis, and Davis will have his second personal foul. And And I think it's going to be the 4th team foul for CIU. Mobile puts it into play. The drive, the scoop, and the shot no good by Patterson. And that is tapped up and in by Adarius Oliver. Oliver with 4 points on the afternoon, and it's 18-14. CIU's advantage back to 4, but they have the ball. Will Kelly works to his right. Comes top of the key to Davis, and the 17-footer by Davis is good. 21-14, right when you think Mobile's coming back, Columbia International answers there, and the lead goes back to 7. And the takeaway, the drive, and a beautiful pass does not count, but we're going to have free throws there. I thought that thing may roll around and fall through, as Comer will pick up the personal foul. Free throws will be shot by Columbia International. Went all the way around and fell off. Jeffrey Clark at the line, 4 points on the game. 2 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 at the charity line in the ball game. 21-14, 22-14. Shooter's roll shot. Heading toward the halfway mark in the first half. Mobile trying to climb back closer. A whistle. Foul is on Columbia International. Foul is going to be called on Reed Warga for CIU. That's his first. Pretty good defense, swarming defense by Columbia International. Gets it in the low block, and it's a takeaway. And that is from way downtown. That is J.J. Vaughn with a 3-point shot. That is his first points of the ball game. And that puts CIU up by 11. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break. Well, we'll go ahead and keep it here on this one, as it is a 30. 9:53 to go here in the first half. Shooting, Columbia International a sizzling 10 of 14. 71.4%, while Mobile is 5 of 17, 29.4. 3-point shooting. CIU 2 of 3, 66.7. Mobile 0 of 4 for 0. They have not hit one from downtown. Columbia International 3 of 4 at the free throw line, 75%. Mobile is 4 of 5 for 80%. CIU's only turned it over once. Mobile's turned it over 3 times. Rebounds 10-7. Mobile with the advantage there as we come out of the timeout. And now Mobile would like to get that thing under double digits. Good ball movement, finding the cutter down low, and the biscuit in the basket. Done there quite nicely by Ezra McKinney, the leading scorer. And a chance for a 3-point play, as he is 3 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 3-point shooting for 6 points, going to the charity line for the first time in the contest. And he drains that one. 25-17, Columbia International. The Rams here. Top of the key 3. That is no good by Brandon Hurd. Shot by Mobile misses. And at 25-17, a chance for Mobile to go down in double deficits. Columbia's been very efficient here. That's a solid drive to the bucket, but it is rejected. As Kelly has the shot rejected, Mobile going the other direction. Heads on the baseline and a turnover. Walk called on Mobile in that. Turnovers. 5th turnover for Mobile. Only one doggone turnover for Columbia International to this point in time as we're under 9 minutes. Good crisp ball movement, knocked away, and that'll be out of bounds. Third game of today is one we got right now. Got another men's game coming up after this one, which is Reinhardt versus Cumberland, Tennessee. Columbia's played one of the more efficient first halves that I've seen. And at the buzzer, Will Kelly will get on the board with his first points of the contest, and it's 27-17. The Rams lead of CIU is up to 10. The drive, and a nice drive underneath, kind of creates his own space, and Bridges Simmons gets on the board with his first bucket of the ball game with 2 points, and it's 27-19 as CIU's lead is back to 8. They've answered pretty well any time they have had to. Nice screen. Comer works the ball down underneath. Mobile's going to pick up the personal foul. Foul is going to be called on Colin Howells. That'll be his first personal foul. And so free throws will be shot. No, it's not free throw time yet. Ball will be put into play. Comes out high to Christian Howard. Down to 7 on the shot clock, and that is the way you come up with the big shot when you have to. Will Kelly, with his first tray of the ball game, moves him up to 5 points, and it's 30-19 as we go toward the 7-minute mark. Nice kickoff and an open three for Mobile, and the answer there is good by Colin Howells. 30-22. Back to 8 points, and it's been in between an 8 to 10 point differential. The Rams get the ball in the low blocks, and Christian Howard takes care of what he needs to, and it's back to 10 at 32-22 with 6:31 left. As Mobile with the ball. A wide open three will rim off, no good, and Mobile clearing the boards, and they're up by 10 with a chance to make it a little bit more. Will Kelly. It's the ball on the far side. Use of the shot fake, and the dump pass. The shot no good by Wysong. Mobile with the ball. Goes down on the left wing's three, and that is stuck. That's when you flip a coin and it ends up on its side. And the shot was no good by Smith, and they'll put that to change of possession arrow now. And the change of possession arrow will give it to Columbia International. Columbia International 7-1 coming in led by Christian Howard's 16.8, 3 double-figure scores. That is going to bounce off Mobile and will go back to the Rams of Columbia International University of South Carolina. Very efficient CIU. They are 65% from the field in the first half and 60% three-point shooting. Well, that's a nice stop and a pop. And the bucket is by Brandon Hunt. And he is on the board now. And I thought we were going to have an answer by Mobile, but no. The board is cleared and Mobile has the basketball. Time for the Rams to slow it down just a little bit as Will Kelly will set it up. Works in the low blocks, and those are falling. As Johnny Wysong gets that one to fall, and that's going to cause Mobile to take a timeout with 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go to the first half. It's a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and break away. You're watching the show on SESN.
Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Very impressive work here by Columbia International here in the first half. Balanced scoring for CIU. Johnny Wysong with 7, Christian Howard 6, Will Kelly with 5, Jeffrey Clark with 5, James Davis with 4. For Mobile, Ezra McKenna has 7 points, Trenton Moya with 4, Darius Oliver with 4, 3 points for Colin Howard, BJ Comer with 3. And it's been very methodical by CIU here in the first half. As Mobile will work the ball. That's Simmons across the timeline. Three-pointer off the front of the rim. No good by Bridges Simmons. And another board cleared by the Rams of Columbia International. Will Kelly to the flasher in the lane. That's going to go out of bounds. And will be CIU's ball. It has been a totally clean game played by Columbia International. They have one turnover in the first half, and that is it. And they have a 14-point lead. A chance to make it more. Getting his shot stuffed, Will Kelly, Mobile on the move. Popped back outside. Trying to drive is McKenna. Whistle and a foul will be called. I think it's going to be Hunt. That's going to be Brandon Hunt picking up his first personal foul. 7-team foul, so free throws will be shot by Ezra McKenna, who is 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Leads Mobile in scoring with 7 points. That rim's off, no good, but an offensive board. Kicked back outside. That's a swisher, a 2-pointer. And that will be shot by Jarvis Moss with the assist by Zion Hunter. 36-25. Back to an 11-point CIU lead. But man, oh man, that happens each and every time. As CIU answers as that is Jeffrey Clark with the bucket, Johnny Wysong with the assist. Down to 3:25 to go in the half. And that is a sweet-looking baseline shot on the baseline by Mobile. It's making a little bit of a run. Zion Hunter with the bucket there, and it's 38-27, back to an 11-point CIU lead. And that's going to go out of bounds. And they are human. That is the second only the second turnover of the first half for Columbia International. Mobile, Alabama, as they work the ball around, and the three-point shot up and good. Bridges Simmons with the bucket. Adarius Oliver with the assist. And it's down to single digits at 8 points at 38-30. Nice give and go pass. And Clark will put the biscuit in the basket. He is the leading scorer for CIU with 9 points. It's 40-30 now as we head toward the 2-minute mark of the first half. Drive at a very contested shot by McKenna goes, and it's going to be Columbia International University's possession. On the near side, gets it down in the low blocks. That's an open three. That's what you do when you have the opportunity at an open three-point shot. James Davis hits the tray. He's 3 for 3 from the field, and one of those is a three-point shot. And it's 43-30. Back to 13 by CIU. As it's lobbed down a little bit too high on the pass. But the cutter in the lane is Johnny Wysong, who's 4 for 6 from the field and has 9 points on the afternoon. And it's a 15-point Columbia International lead, and is at 45-30. Coming to the 1-minute mark, as Bridget Simmons goes on the high post. Simmons gets it right back. As contact and a foul. Looks like that's going to be a blocking foul. That's going to be called on James Davis, and he's in foul trouble. That's him. Davis picks up his third personal foul. He's the first player on either team to come up with 3 personal fouls. Free throw line, Bridges Simmons. And he can't hit it. And coming down with a board is Reed Morga for Columbia International. We're under a minute to go in the first half, 45-30. Columbia International misfiring on the shot is Christian Howard. Mobile trying to finish on a high note at the end of the first half, and that's not going to be it, as it's taken away by J.J. Vaughn. Vaughn will hand the basketball to Kelly. Shot clock is off. Under 10 seconds to go in the first half. The 15-footer is up, and the 15-footer is good. And it is 47-30 as it explodes to a 17-point advantage, with Jeffrey Clark making that jump shot and Will getting the assist on that play. So we are at the half right now in game number 3 of the day. Columbia International, University of South Carolina 47, Mobile 30. We're heading to halftime. You're watching the show on SESN.
action, we've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
A truck is a tool, but a ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
The most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime.
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
We are champions of the character.
Catch the most thrilling touchdowns to game-winning goals. We bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website, the Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
We are champions of the character.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Welcome back inside of the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. Justin Newton joining Walt Ferber and I, Gabriel Schrei. We're in the middle. We're at halftime of this game, and it's a really good one between these two. Pretty close game, 47-30. The score margin's a little wider. I think they'd like it to be, but obviously they're going to try to shore that up, and the halftime adjustments will be interesting. Justin is the head coach at Reinhardt University in Waleska, Georgia. I know Justin pretty well. I'm sure you're excited to be here.
Oh, man, I am. You know, there's just magic in this building. You know, this is where our conference tournament is, and it's really cool to see some of the best teams in the country get to come here and battle it out. So I'm really, really excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you, and I know you're taking on Cumberland later today.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that matchup, and how have you prepared with the holiday weekend?
Yeah, man. So, I mean, we do usually give them Thanksgiving off, but Cumberland's a really good team, and in my opinion, from one of the best conferences in the country in the Mid-South. They're very physical. They're very athletic. They really, really want to play fast. You know, so we're going to have to do a good job taking care of the ball and controlling the boards. So anytime you play anybody from the Mid-South, it's a challenge. You know, they just came off beating a Division II in Montevallo by 20, you know, so their record definitely doesn't reflect how talented and how good they are. So we're going to have to be ready to play today. That's
a massive win. And as far as this tournament, the show, what does it mean to you and Reinhardt University to be here and be participating?
Yeah, man, with the new, you know, I'm one of the raters in the NAI now, and with the new formula they give, man, strength of schedule is definitely the predominant factor. So being able to play against some of the best teams in the country definitely helps prepare us to put ourselves on that stage. And then obviously getting in the building that you're going to play in the conference tournament and getting a little warm up there that hopefully you see some shots go in and see some W's happen. definitely prepares you to have a good postseason.
That goes down inside for Christian Howard. The Appalachian Athletic Conference has become tougher and tougher and tougher over the years, especially under the recent new direction of Bill Pop. Coach Pop has done a great job.
Yes.
What does the future look like for the conference from where you sit as a head coach?
Yeah, I think we're getting stronger and stronger. You know, in previous years, Union has done such a good job in 10 years straight. This year, and the last 2, really, you've had a lot more parity as far as night in, night out. You're having to battle it out. There are, 4 or 5 teams that have had some big out-of-conference wins. We're adding teams every year. Coach Pop has done a really good job getting teams that make sense for our league to come in. And I think the coaches in our league have done a really good job in scheduling some really quality opponents to show them how tough our league is. And CIU is no different, man. They've been one of the best teams in our league the last 4 years. Beat Shawnee State, a really good team, last night, and Mobile, number 18 team in the country. This is a good showing for our league, and I think we're making a run to show people that we're not just a 2-bid league. We have some teams that can play with anybody in the country.
Coach, every time I visit Waleska, Georgia, or see this Reinhardt team of yours take the floor, I'm amazed at the size of the guys, the quality of the talent. How do you recruit so well? What's the key?
Well, I think most coaches would agree, you have to have an identity as a program, and we identify our 3 pillars are compete, together, and discipline. Man, we say competing is our floor. We want to, when we walk out there, we want guys that play harder than anybody else. So we want to be physical, we want to be athletic, and we want to out-compete our opponents night in, night out. Hopefully that happens, most nights, and sometimes you get out-competed, but we want those guys to fit that culture of what we do, man. If you don't play hard, it's hard to play in our program. So we really want guys that really empty the tank.
I was going to say this as my second year doing this tournament.
Yes, sir.
I'm very impressed. It's not the cupcakes you see in a normal holiday tournament.
Yeah.
You got some of the best teams in the country. What do these games mean to you, and how does it help you prepare for the preponderance of the conference season?
Yeah, well, I think Ken French has done a great job getting quality teams and continue to grow this event to where it is a national tournament type of feel when you walk in here. I mean, I think last year we had 13 of the 20 teams that were in here, when it may have been plus or minus that, went to the national tournament. So, I mean, ultimately we're all trying to play and get better so you can make a run in the postseason, and this gives you that atmosphere of where, man, you get it from all different regions of the country to where, NAI, you don't have a big, huge budget to be able to just travel anywhere in the country you want, where you can bring them here and you can see some teams out of your league and out of your region. So I really think that helps, prepare us for, conference.
I know from watching this last year and this year, this thing passes the eye test. I've seen these teams aren't going through the motions out here. There's a lot of 50-50 balls, and I call it contusions and abrasions after the ball games are over. Am I seeing that correctly?
Oh, yeah, and I think more people need to watch NAIA games. It's just getting better with the addition of the transfer portal, where kids can go about anywhere they want without sitting out. You're really able to get a little higher quality of a player than you used to be able to. In this game, the post guy there for Mobile, I mean, that's one of the best players in the country. Could have went to any Division I he wanted to and came back. So you'll see guys like that, and especially in this tournament, night in, night out, that are just, for whatever reason, they didn't make it at that higher level, but that doesn't mean they're not that level of a player. So you're getting some of those.
My kudos to you. I'm from Southern Indiana, have broadcasted for over 50 years in college and high school sports.
Wow.
Reinhardt has a really good name in Southwest Indiana, so you've been heard of in the area that I live, and I had no doubt that was not surprised when you guys are as good as you are.
Well, we appreciate that. Our administration's done a great job. Bill Pop, who's now the AAC commissioner, used to be our AD, and our now current AD, Jeffrey Portier, and our president, Dr. Roberts, has done a really good job with the culture over there. So we're really, really lucky to be there. I'm glad to still be there. So.
Well, it is really good to talk to you today.
Yeah.
My third year covering the NAIA. I wish I would have started a long time ago. It is a blast.
We're glad to have you here, man. So.
Yeah. I can't mention Bill Pop and Jeff Portier, not bring up Jay Stansel and David Finney. Those guys make a lot of magic happen for the conference in Reinhardt. Now, here's a pop quiz for you. And I wanted to ask, who are the best dunkers here, but that's not fair. So off the top of your head, who are the 3 best dunkers in Kingsport this weekend?
Well, I got to go with one of my guys, Brayson James.
That's probably a good pick.
I mean, the last 2 years ago, he dunked over 2 7-footers in a dunk contest. And he's not, just flying out. He's a power, go-through-you dunker. I hadn't had the chance to get to watch, as many teams as we can. But you're going to see athletes all over the place in here today. Freed Hardman's got a couple guys that fly out of Jim Cumberland as well. So, yeah, I'm only familiar with my guy. Brayson James will definitely, he has a chance every night to put a highlight in.
And he's a Georgia guy.
He's a Georgia guy. He's from my hometown in Augusta, Georgia. He's a redshirt sophomore. We've been really lucky to have him part of our program. And he's a FCA huddle leader. Unbelievable kid, high character kid. So
here's a softball pitch question for you. Of all the teams in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, who do you have the most respect for as a head coach?
Oh, man, that's hard, man. We've got a lot of coaches that do a good job. So, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Bill Robinson over at Milligan. He's just been in it longer than most of us, and he has done such a good job for such a long time. But, I mean, you're looking at one of them right now, Tony. He lost so many guys off of his CIU team, and they're usually one of the best offensive teams in our league year in, year out. Those 2 come to mind, but, I mean, there's so many more that you could mention. Ty Compton at Pikeville does a great job. So, I mean, again, you go on and on. So many. I love the coaches in our league. I think they do a good job with the resources that they have. So
I couldn't agree more. And then I got one more before I let you go.
Oh, yeah.
What is your elevator pitch for Reinhardt University? I know you're right in a suburb of Atlanta, and it's a beautiful spot. It does not feel like you're in Atlanta. There's no traffic. It's really relaxed. What is the elevator pitch for Reinhardt?
Well, the main thing is we're 40 minutes from Atlanta. It is a beautiful place to live. You can get to and Canton is 15 minutes away. It's a great, real cool town where you can get about anything that you want. But the real special thing about Reinhardt, I feel like if we could get people on campus, we have a beautiful campus, about 500 acres, sits right up there in the North Georgia mountains. And then it's corny, but the culture of the people that we have there, from our professors, to the others. We have 24 sports at Reinhardt. So you really get thrown into a fraternity or sorority of a bunch of athletes doing the same thing you're trying to do. So you really do feel welcome and have like a family there. So.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you having you in the booth.
Appreciate all you guys.
We will not take it easy on you tonight while you're coaching,
no doubt, no doubt. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for being with us. Good luck, Coach. That is Justin Newton, head coach of Reinhardt University. The Eagles from the Appalachian Athletic Conference. We'll have them later tonight on the Southeast Sports Network. And I just love Justin. He's a class act, a great guy, and runs a great ship.
Well, our next game, as a matter of fact, as they'll take on Cumberland, Tennessee. So they're in the bullpen warming up, so to speak, in game number 4 of the day. While we were talking a little bit of a run by Mobile, as it has been a CIU timeout because of that run. Christian Howard just made a layup to get it back to a 14-point ball game. So this one is tightening up a little bit, but CIU has been very, very good here. As Mobile trying to get a little closer.
55-41. This has tightened up a little bit during this second half. It was a 17-point margin coming out of the break. They just have to find some way to power themselves back into contention and narrow that margin a little bit more.
And the time is going to start to be a little bit of a problem, but CIU has played this game extremely well. They only have 4 turnovers, and with 14:39 left, so they played an outstanding floor game. But heck, Mobile only had 6. So each team protecting the ball in their possessions very well.
I am endlessly impressed with these two programs. CIU fields a great program on the hardwood year in and year out. Mobile has some of the best big guys I've ever seen playing collegiate basketball. Oliver is so impressive. McKenna is just unbelievable. He's on another level. These are two really talented rosters from top to bottom.
Yes, it is, and these have turned into some very, very good contests today.
I like the shout out for Bill Robinson from Justin Newton. That's funny because Gary Justice and I brought that up. His coaching style and how relaxed he was running the ship last night.
You know, kids sense that, or I guess you'd say young men sense that. And you have to get them wanting to go through a wall for you. And if you get that, that's about 90% of the battle.
About 5 minutes into our second half, 57-41. Columbia International back in a defensive shell. The Rams feed it to Moss, who fires and gets it to go.
Had a line drive shot there. Moss with 5 points now.
Columbia International backdoor feed, looking for the glass. And how do you get under a guy like that? 6'10" senior from Fort Walton Beach. Came out of Air Force Academy. McKenna, one of the most impressive in the entire league nationwide.
Yeah, he's had a very efficient game this afternoon. Been very impressive as he's got 6 points to this juncture.
Great play down inside by Christian Howard, the senior from Medina, Ohio, who fights his way down into the low block and gets it done. 59-43. And timeout down on the floor.
Now a 10-second violation on Mobile that time, so they rack up another turnover.
Inbounding Columbia International. Davis will run the floor for the Rams. CIU's been successful in Kingsport recently. Their volleyball program just won the AAC championship next door 2 weeks ago. Great feed down low. Mobile snatches it from their hands. BJ running the floor, down along the block, tries it off the glass, but Kenny can't regather. CIU gets it over to Davis. James down along the end of the floor from the baseline to the corner, and CIU will now slow it up for just a moment. Reed Warga with the ball.
I'm impressed by the Rams. They have, anytime there's been an incursion by Mobile, they have battled back, and they're doing it again this time. And just like that, it's back to an 18-point lead.
61-43, 7 minutes gone in our second half from Kingsport, Tennessee. Fed across. Three-point range, it's off the mark for Trent Moy, the senior from Chumuckla. Mobile keeps it moving. Another try from deep range for Jarvis Moss, the redshirt junior. Big collision down low, elicits the violation.
And that'll get it back to a 16-point ball game. Moss has played well for Mobile. That puts him up to 7 points on the day.
Rattles, rims, and goes for Jarvis Moss. 61-46 in Kingsport, Tennessee, between the Rams of Mobile and the Rams of Columbia International.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back to Kingsport, Tennessee, and inside of Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center. This is the Southeast Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei, Walt Ferber. We've got a really good one between Columbia International and Mobile. The Rams and the Rams. This had to be a malicious pitting of Rams against one another.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go out on a limb. I think the Rams are going to win.
That's crazy. That's good analysis.
Yeah, that's why
almost
I'm
like you're a
here,
pro.
buddy. With those choice morsels like that.
Couldn't agree more. Will Kelly running the floor. We got music playing during the game. Kelly fights his way down inside, swatted, and it goes over the fingertips into the basket.
Will Kelly has done everything a facilitator should do.
Driving down inside off the mark.
5 points for him on the day. CIU's one of the more efficient teams I have seen. High basketball IQ.
Floater, this goes. Cash money. Look at him go. Driving down along the edge of the floor. Mobile Rams pitch it out front from the low post. He gets it to go.
That much needed by Traylon Smith.
To respond, CIU kisses it in off the glass. Good look, Christian Howard gets it to go.
Of course, that is exactly what happens. Thank you very much, buddy.
Walt's getting the hookup.
Yes, I am.
And from what I understand, it's from the best point guard in the River States Conference.
From my thoughts anyway, it is Jalen Mullen, who I've known since he was in middle school. Came out of North Davies High School and took him to a state championship in Indiana, but was hurt and is out for the year this year.
Well, you never want to see anyone hurt playing a game that they love, and hate to see that, but I'm glad to see him up and moving around and definitely in good spirits.
Yeah, he had hip surgery.
Wow.
And is working on pace that will probably be next year. Could, in theory, if they make the tournament, could maybe play then.
Kick back outside. The three is short for Moy. 65-53. We're within a dozen. Almost halfway through this second half. Time is winding quickly.
Gotta get it over that magical 10-point mark. Just seems a little less.
Kelly to Howard, blockered, and the violation called for, and the Rams can't believe it. B.J. Comer picks it up, the junior from Prattville, Alabama.
Now, Comer was incredulous on that, but as it happens when Mobile makes a run, and it is incredible the resilience of this Columbia International team.
This goes for Howard.
Christian Howard leading the way for the Rams with 18 points. You want to talk about efficiency? He is 8 of 10 from the field in the contest, and 2 for 3 at the charity line.
(67-53), just about halfway exactly through our second half. Just so you know, on the other floor right now on the Southeast Sports Network, Matt Kibbe and Gary Justice have dragged an official up to the booth, and they've interviewed him on air. You can see that also live now on the Southeast Sports Network. Those guys are just up to no good over there. This one goes to the Mobile Rams. My goodness.
Brings him back to 11. I had the good fortune of working with Mr. Kibbe yesterday, and you and he, well, this has been an 8-ticket weekend for me.
McKinney, Ezra battling his way down inside, and the violation. Yeah, if anyone's a super fan and watching all the games at the show and you're switching back and forth between floors, couldn't be more proud of Mr. Matt Kibbe. I probably need to tell him that, actually. He's done a lot of great work. First met him when he was a freshman in college and started working with him at our alma mater, our undergraduate school, where I was working full-time. And he has come a long way. He's gone to Syracuse since then and is freelancing, doing a ton of stuff on ESPN+, and he's here at the show on the other floor.
You get a media degree from Syracuse. That's pretty good stuff.
He will surpass me at some point, and I will be calling him and asking him to hook me up with gigs. Moss knocks it down from mid-range, 67-58.
I can tell you I'm going to be asking both of you.
I look forward to it. We want you here. CIU across to Kelly. 9 and change to play.
Hey, this could turn into a game yet. 9 minutes and change, and it's under 10.
Just need a run. That run might be named Moss. Handoff. Vaughn. Didn't like the space. Warga. Entry pass down low. Wysong turning around in the paint and able to get it to go.
That scoop shot is not as easy as he made that look.
No, it looked natural for Johnny Wysong, and he's been so good for so long. 6'6" sophomore from Easley, South Carolina. Oliver across to Moss. Heat check, and he goes down as we get the whistle.
I tell you what, Moss has really taken this team on his shoulder. Jarvis Moss, 15 points, and he is 6 of 8 in the field and 2 of 3 behind the arc. And is going to the free throw line right now.
He entered the weekend shooting 45% from the floor and 31% from long range. And he is lights out at the show. He is feeling it.
Now you can just add one more to the total. He's the only double-figure scorer from Mobile. Back under 10 again.
It's 95-86 on the other floor. Ave Maria leading the Patriots of Cumberland. That's an interesting one because the Cumberland's top 10 program in America.
There's a lot of top programs in America here. It has been impressive.
Feels like they're all here.
Yes.
Stolen away, Mobile Rams. They need this. Fighting his way down the hardwood, ladled up and in over the hip with the iron. B.J. Comer makes the play, and they really needed that production from the junior from Prattville, Alabama.
Yeah, here comes Mobile.
We're within 6. There's 8 minutes to play. It's college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network.
Catch the most thrilling moments from your favorite local teams, only on the Southeast Sports Network. From jaw-dropping touchdowns to game-winning goals, we bring you all the highlights that make the Southeast the heart of sports. Don't miss out. Tune in anytime, anywhere, and relive the action like never before. The action lives on our YouTube channel, but you can watch highlights many different ways by visiting our website. The Southeast Sports Network, where every play matters.
Back at the Meadowview Marriott Conference Resort and Convention Center, Gabriel Schrei, Walt Ferber, glad you're with us. Walt, this one is very close to becoming a barn burner. Just 6 points separate us. CIU had a 17-point lead at the half.
We talked about this in the pregame. You got two very good teams, 2 losses between the two, and still impressed by the efficiency of Columbia International. But Mobile has turned this kind of into a street fight in the last few minutes, and it's come down to, with 7:59 left, it's a 2-possession game. And it was a 17-point game at halftime.
To inbound, Columbia International. Warga to Davis. He's defended by Moss. James Davis, the junior from Youngstown, Ohio, out of Liberty High. Warga tries to drive his way down low. Kick back out to Johnny Wysong. 3 on the shot clock. Wysong the floater. Shot clock resets as Mobile steals it away.
Solid defense for the entire 30 seconds of the shot clock.
Moss driving to cut it to 4. Off the mark. Oliver can't keep it for Mobile. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network from Kingsport, Tennessee. Gabriel Schrei, Walt Ferber, glad you're with us. Down along the baseline, Wysong is rejected by Mobile's Rams, and the violation sends the ball with him.
Trent Moya didn't go for the fake, stayed there, swipes it away, and it's going to go off of Columbia International out of bounds. And a 3 would make this a 1-possession game.
He's been super important on both ends of the floor, especially tonight. Averages about 16 points per game. Firing off the shot, Moss gets it to go, and 1. Send him to the line. He can cut it to a 1-possession game.
Jarvis Moss was clocked there and still had the presence to, as he was going down, to put the ball off the glass and get the soft touch. And I talked about that 1-possession game. If Moss hits the free throw, that's exactly what we'll have.
He's a transfer from Wallace Selma, and you can tell he's really coming into his own.
Yes, he is.
The Mobile Rams man at the line to cut it to a 1-possession game? No. Columbia International University, the Rams. James Davis to run the floor, the man from Youngstown. 4 points separate us. Wysong searching for help. Found Howard. He wants to enter inside even deeper, but nowhere to go. Straight away, Reed Warga, no.
Man, they're having a scoring drought. And another opportunity for Mobile.
Moss, heavily defended by Davis, and he hit it in his eye. Unbelievable. He's having a career night. It's a 1-point game.
20 points for him. And it is a 1-point game. 17 is what it was at the half.
Jarvis Moss is feeling it in Kingsport.
You think they're going to get him the ball? You feed that hot hand when it's there.
Inbounded to Howard. Ladled over to Davis. He's defended by Moss. To the corner, wide open. He's contested at the last moment and can't knock it down as the whistle sounds in Kingsport.
We're walking the walk. And we're going to have some free throws. And we could have something I don't think we've had in this. We could have a lead change.
We've not had a lead change in this game. 69-68.
Yeah, we got a tie now.
69 all. 5:45 to play. Oliver cannot break the tie. We remain deadlocked inside of 6 minutes to go from Meadowview Marriott and Kingsport.
A long drought this has been for CIU.
This one skeeters off of the floor.
Fouls against number 23, Zion Hunter. It is first personal. Foul number 5.
Now that foul is going to be called on Hunter.
Inbounded. This one won't go. Wysong puts it back off the glass. 71-69.
Persistence, sticking with it. Finally, one goes in.
Moss across to B.J. Comer, who will run the floor. Fights his way down towards the baseline. Ball's loose, scooped up by the Rams. Lots of time left to play as we cross inside of 5 minutes to go. Wysong down low. The Williamston, Michigan product bangs it home. We're equalized at 73-69.
And when it comes down to crunch time, the Rams from South Carolina have come up big.
Oliver gives it off. Trent pulls up. Mobile trailing by 4. Needed that. A lot of time left to play with, but you can't let Columbia International pull together a run.
Wysong getting a huge rebound there.
Entry. Hunt The Michigan man spinning through the paint, off the glass. It goes into the twine again, 75-69.
Under control all the way. And Johnny Wysong puts 2 more on the board. 6 of 12 shooting, 13 points for him.
Gets it to go, and we keep it rolling in Kingsport. 3:55 to go. 6 points separate us.
Want to watch your favorite Southeast teams in action? We've got you covered. Stream live games and highlights on YouTube, Twitch, Amazon Fire TV, Stream TV, and more. For all the details, visit our How to Watch page at sesnsports.com. It's your one-stop guide to catching every play, every time, wherever you are. The Southeast Sports Network, bringing the game to you anytime, anywhere.
We're back in Kingsport, 75-69, 6 points separate us. Gabriel Schrei, Walt Ferber, we have an instant classic on our hands, and it could become very interesting if Mobile can just find a little small spark down the stretch against these Columbia International Rams.
We've had a lot of those since yesterday.
No kidding. All instant classics. I don't know who's in charge of scheduling, if it's Ken French who runs the tournament. We'll also have an interview with Ken French during the halftime of our next broadcast. Reinhardt taking on Cumberland. But whoever's in charge of scheduling, wonderful job.
Yeah, this is really 10th year of this tournament, and it's getting better each and every year.
Walt, how about a score update from next door where it's 98-95 between Ave Maria and the Patriots of Cumberland's a top 10 team taking on the Gyrenes. That's a really good one.
And it's all good here and a nice, it's hard to pick which court the way this is going.
No kidding. 2 close ones right now on SCSN. Moss, Fader, no. CIU is looking to stomp the gas on this trip down the hardwood. Davis running the floor, defending him is Comer. The Mobile Rams back in a defensive shell. Howard, defended by Ezra McKinney. Davis again. Bumps up against the Mobile Ram. Here's a shot from three-point land that goes for B.J. Comer.
That was much needed as Comer's up to 14 points and his second tray of the day.
75-72, inside of 3 minutes to go. CIU Rams. Howard tries this from the mid-post, can't get it.
But it is amazing how many times, and Mobile has put pressure on CIU today, and every time they have, they come up. McKenna.
This goes.
The third player. Trying to be the third player to reach double figures.
This one's short. 2:45 to go in the game. Walt, Mobile needs 4 to equalize us.
Well, you get a tray, you're within 1.
Big guy handoff. Rams entering the paint, it's stolen. Here comes Columbia International University. Air off the ground, and this one blocker down as we get the whistle. Jalen Jeter tried to take it to the house.
Yeah, I think, they call it a goaltender. Did they call it they call it a goaltender?
I believe so, yes. Yeah. The points are on the board, 78-72.
You can't slap it off the board like that. It wasn't intentional, but when you do that, it's going to be a goaltender.
Jalen Jeter, a senior, originally from Columbia, South Carolina. And the native pushes the lead to 6 points in Kingsport as we're down to the wire between the Rams of Mobile and the Rams of CIU. Welcome back to Kingsport. We're into the closing stages. 78-72, 2:29 to play between the Rams of Mobile and CIU.
The question is, does Mobile have another run left in them? They have had a chance. They got it tied up.
CIU is looking to close this out. Very much capable of doing so.
Now Mobile 6-1. Columbia International is 7-1. And you heard us talk to the Reinhardt coach at halftime. Their game is coming up right here next as they take on Cumberland, Tennessee in the next contest.
Barn burner next door right now where it's 104-100. The Gyrenes lead the Patriots, seeking a massive upset.
The Gyrenes, that is one of the great nicknames of all time in sports. They have to be the only Gyrenes in the country.
They have to be, and that's a nickname the other branches of service would call the Marines. 78-72, 6-point game. Mobile is the one trailing. They've got the ball. The Rams working it around. McKinney. Back to him. Ezra double teamed. Out to the straightaway. The drive floated. Ezra had some space. Holds onto the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Firing from the corner. Big high bounce. Rams come down with it. CIU.
Al, if CIU scores here, that's going to make it hard.
CIU backdoor feed off of a Mobile Ram. It'll stay with the Rams of Columbia.
12 seconds on the shot clock.
Inbounding ball will come from alongside the basket. Brandon Hunt to Weissong. Johnny out front.
Moss, after a very short break, just came back in for Mobile.
CIU firing short. This is it. It's do or die. No, they've lost it. CIU gets the ball back with a fresh shot clock.
They can kill another 30 here.
Mobile's got to do something. This one's all over if they get another bucket. A 3 is a dagger. Fighting for the ball. CIU driving down, low block. This one bangs around and goes. It's 80-72 with 67 seconds to play.
Chick Hurt in the old days will say that's going in the fridge.
8-point game, less than a minute to go. Mobile Rams in desperation. Spinning on the elbow. This one is put back on the jam by the Maroon team, but it may be too little too late. 6-point game, 51 seconds to play.
Zion Hunter with the capital flush.
Gary Justice and I were ready to buy Zion posters last night after watching him play. He was lights out on the first night of the tournament.
Just picks up the foul line. It is back to 6, but you're under a minute now. 49.2 seconds.
Big high bounce won't go. Mobile trailing by 6, still a chance. Firing from three-point land, big high bounce, rattles around, and Brandon Hunt, the Michigan man, gobbles it up.
Thought they might get the roll on that, but it's officially Smoky into Bandit territory for Mobile now. A long way to go and a short time to get there.
That's my favorite movie. How'd you know
love that movie.
That's a good movie. 80-74, 6-point game, 35 seconds to play. Back to the line, CIU looking for just some final icing on the cake. One of many great matchups this weekend as part of our coverage of the show. Mobile looks so good. They've got a lot of really good pieces.
Another one coming up after this in Cumberland and Reinhardt.
Excited about that. So Cumberland just knocked off one of the top D2 teams in America, and Reinhardt is a perennial contender. Driving down inside from the painted area, this rolls off the side of the iron. CIU underway. Jalen Jeter spinning away from Zion Hunter. Shot clock is off. Columbia International University will take this 82-74 at the show in Kingsport. A nice win for the Rams. Walt, your final thoughts on a good matchup.
Balance for Columbia International, led by Christian Howard's 22 points, but 4 players in double figures. And Moss, a come-out party for Mobile today, and another great ball game.
For Walt, for Caitlin, our production team, for the Rams of both schools, and all the fans here in Kingsport, I'm Gabriel Fry. Your final score, 82-74, CIU wins.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in.